Okay, everyone, let's continue with that extra credit. Here's video number 2. So here was number 3. And just to make clarity, this 26.4 degrees, guys, is actually up there, okay? Hopefully you can tell that's the smaller of the two angles. This angle over here is going to be more like 50 or 60 degrees, right? And hopefully you can tell that visually. But anyways, let's get going here. How would I solve this one? Well, I know the angle, but notice the 6 is opposite of the angle. That's our big O for opposite. Notice the X is adjacent. A for adjacent, right? We're missing the hypotenuse over there. So according to SOHCAHTOA, some old hippie caught another hippie tripping over apples, right? Tangent again uses O and A, right? So we know that the tangent of 26.4 degrees, which we already know because it was given to us, has to equal its opposite side divided by its adjacent side. Now notice how it's upside down over here. So remember I told you you can set it up with by putting it over 1 there and then cross multiplying, right? And if we cross multiply this way, of course, we get 6. We cross multiply that way, we get X times tangent of the 26.4. And if that equals 6, we're going to divide by tangent of 26.4, right? We're going to divide by tangent 26.4, and we'll have our answer X. So let's look at the calculator. Does everyone see I did the tangent of 26.4 degrees, 0.496 and so on. And then right here, notice I'm taking 6 divided by that tangent of 26.4. So I took 6 divided by our answer there, the tangent 26.4. And here is our missing side X, 12.086. So we would probably say 12.09. If we were to round off a little bit, we would say 12.1. And we just figured out that that missing side X is 12.1. Okay, pause the video if you need to. All right, let's look at number 4 here. So notice we have the angle 40. Notice the 13.1 is adjacent. See how it's right next to it there? Opposite's what's missing over here. The X is my hypotenuse. According to SOHCAHTOA, what uses A and H? Well, you should know that would be cosine, right? Cosine is A and H. So we know that the cosine of 40 degrees has to be its adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. Again, we're going to have to do the put it over 1 trick and cross multiply. So we'll have X times the cosine of 40 degrees equals 1 times 13.1, of course, is 13.1. We end up dividing by the cosine of 40 degrees. X will equal that right there. So let's look at our calculator. I did the cosine of 40. I then took 13.1 divided by the cosine of 40. There's our answer, 17.1. Again, I did the cosine of 40. Then right here, I did 13.1 divided by cosine of 40, which is again 17.1. We just figured out that the hypotenuse is 17.1. Pause the video if you need to. All right, let's squeeze in one more here. This one, guys, they want us to solve the triangle. Do you guys remember what we mean by solve the triangle? That means we find every missing piece, right? Every missing side, every missing angle. So let's start with the easy one. If I know that's 15 and that's 90, could I not take 90 and 15, which is 105, subtract that from 180? Again, you can do all of this with your calculator. And I know the missing angle B is 75 degrees. So we know all the angles now. Now comes the trickier part. Let's find the missing sides. I'm going to start with the short side. I'm going to call that X right there. The BC side right here. Okay. And notice that if I use angle 15, X is opposite. The 3, look, be careful guys, is the hypotenuse. What uses O and H? You should know that is sine. So we know that the sine of 15 degrees is always its opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. Okay? So to find X here, all I need to do now is multiply both sides by 3. X is going to equal 3 times the sine of 15. Let's do it. So I did the sine of 15. I times 3 times the sine of 15. I know my missing side is 0.776. So we just figured out that X is 0.776. So notice the only thing now missing is this side I just scribbled in green, right? Now we could use cosine, but why do that when we know our Pythagorean theorem, I hope? So notice, guys, I know I'm going to call that y. I know that y squared plus the 0.776 squared equals the 3 squared, right? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So basically, y squared is going to be 3 squared minus the 0.776 squared, right? And then, of course, whatever that is, we're going to take the square root of it, correct? So I did all my work on the calculator, guys. Right here, you notice I did my 3 squared. I subtracted my answer squared. In other words, the 0.776 squared. Here is my result, but remember, 8.397 is y squared, right? That's y squared. So that's why I did the square root of that. And there is my final missing side, 2.8977. We'll just round it off to 2.9. So we just figured out this side is 2.9. We already knew that side was 0.776. We knew the hypotenuse was 3. We figured out that the missing angle was 75. We found every missing angle and every missing side. So pause the video here if you need to, guys. Pause the video here if you need to, in case you want to see my calculator work one more time. And so, guys, that's it. That ends our video number 2. More to come to finish up this extra credit. See you in class.